You know what? You just made the list.
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
We're bugging. Everyone's bugging.
Time had my third.
Chime out at third.
1, 2, 3. 3. Ding,
Holy
ding, ding.
shit, bro.
What is going on? It's been a minute since it's been 2 months since you last saw our faces on the YouTube and probably heard our voices on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But the Ridgeway boys are back. A lot's happened, as you can see. For me, new background going on over here. So we got very busy. Not an excuse, but yeah, we have an interesting. Yeah, is that a new green? I don't know.
Oh shit!
But we're back, of course. Ush here, co-hosting with me. This is your boy Udoy, and we have an interesting video here. I hope it's gonna be a fun one. I think it's the NBA season is coming back. We thought to try something new for this and on this platform that we have, and what we decided to do basically is try to rank the top 10 NBA players going into this upcoming season. Now, the way we did it, we took inspiration from another podcast, shout out SDS, and we asked a bunch of people we know that enjoy basketball, enjoy the NBA, to give us their top 10 lists. And we actually asked 13 people.
You want to give the criteria?
Sure. Well, yeah. So this is the criteria. This is what we told them to give us their list on. And yeah, go ahead.
So this is the criteria that we had for this list. So it's just coming off of last season. Playoffs are included in this. So so playoff stats and whatever they did in the playoffs matter. If they're injured last season at all, we're gonna assume that they're coming into this season 100% healthy. We did send out this the question list before we heard the Kawhi news. So I haven't seen the list. Uday has the list.
Only
so
I know the list.
If Kawhi's in any of these lists, obviously give those people that Kawhi was we didn't know the exact news with him, but injured or couldn't play, somebody like Kawhi or Jaw, didn't play. So assume their they're coming into this season as their previous season. If they could still think they can walk in top 10, and yeah, that's it. And then we didn't include FIBA or anything like that because we just decided not to because a lot of players didn't play in that. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why different situations like FIBA and the Olympics can kind of sway people, and that's fair too, because at the end of the day, the best players in the world, more or less, are in the teams and in Team USA, for example. So I could see why I could sway it, but we didn't when we mentioned it to people, we didn't say including Olympics strictly. But if that's in your opinions and stuff like that, you can't hate. So yeah, I guess we can give a quick shout out. We did say we would name drop each person that participated on this list. So we have us two. We have our two lists. We have our brother Ulash. We have my brother-in-law Cheyenne, who's the youngest person on this list. And it's funny because everyone's based off. This is based off points. So where you rank out of 1 to 10, each player, they get a point. So if you're first on someone's list, that's 10 points. That's the maximum points you can get. 9, you get. If you're second, you get 9 points. If you're third, you just kind of keep going. If you're 10th on the list, that's only 1 point for you. So essentially, yeah. So then you had. Cheyenne, my brother-in-law, like we said, who's the youngest on this list. Shout out to Seeb, Saad, our boy Rocky, Jawad, Jack, Foss, Fahad, Armand, and my friend Adil. So, a lot of our boys participated. Shout out to them for, giving us this list. A lot of people have told me that it's not the top 10 was hard necessarily, but it was the where to put them because points do matter. And your points pretty much get calculated by me into this ultimate list, and this is the Ridgeway Pod's top 10 list.
Well, I will say, going into making this list, you don't realize how hard it is to make these lists until you start, until someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this on a platform," and you go "Whoa, okay, I really think about this." And then for this season, especially, I was talking to Ulash the other day about it, and we were like. We kind of generally know who's going to be the top 5-ish players, and there's obviously going to be players that drop out or drop in, But that from like 6 to 10, I feel like is like so hard to rank.
Mhm.
And my other note is I feel like there's 10 there's 10 top 10 players in the league, and like nobody else can get in right now. Like from my example, when I was trying to do my list, this is I guess a little spoiler, but like I was trying my hardest to get Spider in that list,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do it. So
Mhm.
I just feel like there's 10 players in this league that are the top 10 players, and then you can just rank them wherever you go. Obviously, the top 3 I feel like are kind of certified, but we'll see
Right. So
because I haven't seen it yet. So
yeah. So that's the I guess the other exciting part of it. Only I know the list, and yeah, we could start talking about it. There was 17 players that made this list. So 17 players were named.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
17. So
Okay.
what
I
you just
lied. I
said-
lied. I
Yeah,
lied.
it's
I lied.
kind of crazy. Like
Damn,
it's 17
17?
players. There was one position, so one spot there was a tie-in. So like the
Okay.
two players got the same points.
I
So we'll get to
vetoed.
that. 17 players were named in the NBA. Yeah, 17 National
Damn,
Basketball Association players.
17?
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's funny
guys.
because I was hoping like, oh, I hope for example, like when you start doing this list, you kind of want to be like, oh, I know ball, so I'll know like my 10 should be in the top 10. You kind of want that, where it's like, yeah, of course, like now the ranking's different.
Shit, whoever
So-
put if Trae Young's in that 10, shout out you, whoever that is.
So I
Or-
guess
or
without further
Spider.
ado, we should get into this list. So
So
this
you want to
is
start with the mega list, like the big list?
yeah, we're gonna start from
Okay,
6. So
okay,
it's actually
okay.
there's a tied, so it's actually 16th place. So
Okay.
someone's tied for, I'll just say it, someone's tied for 14th. It's not really top 10 tied.
Oh, okay.
So there's 17 players, but because of the tie, you start at 16th place, right? So the
Just gonna
first
pull out my
player,
notes 'cause I want to write this down.
yeah. So
Go
the
ahead.
first player we got is Mr. Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
Maxey.
Wow. Okay.
He got one vote.
Maxi.
He got one vote. It's from your boy Jack.
No.
And-
okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you put him at?
So and then I'll bring up where
You put him at 10.
He had him at number 10. So
Wow, Jack, what the hell?
And-
Maxi.
and Jack actually is one of the few that actually gave me some some people gave explanations. So since they're not here to really defend themselves, of course, give their opinions like full out, I'll just say like pretty much what he was saying is that with Embiid in the playoffs, Maxey was still at 5th overall in postseason stats. He signed a new contract this year, so the ceiling is high on Maxey, right? And so he also said that Maxey is kind of like the face of the Sixers at this point. And I hear it, to be honest. Like we should also say, like, I did realize that there's gonna be some old heads getting their chains snatched from the top 10.
Oh,
right?
100%.
And like the new gen kids are gonna start taking over. So Maxey, of course, didn't make the 10, like the top 10, but he's making his noise here. Like, what do you gotta say about Tyrese Maxey?
Well,
So shout out to him.
like that is like, first of all, so Jack is a Boston fan and he doesn't like the Sixers. Like, I can say that for him.
Okay.
So him, like, I know he's like Maxey, like he likes Maxey, but him putting Maxey in the 10 is like is honestly something that I'm like so surprised about. Like I didn't even think Maxey was gonna really make this list.
Yeah.
And in the 10, now that I'm thinking about it, man, every time we did, what's so funny? Our second to last or last pod, when I was talking about my 25 points per game rant, and then you go, Maxey averaging 26. And I'm like,
if we're most improved.
That's how Maxey is just always is for me in my head, where it's like, I just think he's just like so young and he's just not there yet.
Yeah.
But like when I'm staring at the numbers right now, that shit says 29.8 points per game in the playoffs. So like, you know what I mean?
He's great. And based on the situation with Embiid apparently not playing back to back, like we're gonna get to our regular season talk soon, but in a later date. But like based on that Paul George injury, like Maxey got the keys. Like this is
No. I'm honestly not that mad at like. I'm actually pretty happy that Maxey made the list, even if he's 16th or not top 10. But
right? Yeah. So and if I didn't mention it, he only did get 1 point, and that was the 1 point 10th on things on Jack's list. So so Tyrese Maxey, shout out to him. Then we have 15th place. We're moving on with 2 points, and it's Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay.
Halliburton made the list. So the
2 points. Damn.
2 points, but it's because Cheyenne had him. at ninth place on his list. So that was the 2 boys.
Okay, so this is amazing because this is a generational thing. So like Sean being as young as he is making this list,
super
like,
young head.
So you know, like him making this list, Tyrese Halliburton is like one of those players that the kids love to watch. He's just so exciting to watch. And if you actually look at it, he made the conference finals last season. It's not like he had a bad season at all last season. Obviously, like he had the injury bug, and then he had this little downtrodden time during like the second half of the season leading into the playoffs. But he led that team to a conference finals. So I'm not mad at that at all. Like
and he, at one point, like I don't think this is the case, but they were putting him like, you know, like the main news people, the news cycle and sports news, they were saying, is Tyrese Maxey the best point guard in the league? And like that's a whole debate. But at one point, that's how good he was playing last year before the
he's
whole
definitely in that conversation.
Like, you know, as a point guard, like what else?
I'm thinking about it. Okay, so like
it's Luka,
Shea and Luka, right?
yeah.
Shea and Luka, and then I'm trying to think like who else is like Trey,
Steph,
and then okay, so it's like my thing is it's
Brunson.
in between. I don't like Brunson. Okay, so Brunson.
But like, I'm just thinking of names, but
but like it would be like in between. I feel like it would be in between Hallie and what's his name, LaMelo. I feel like
Melo?
Melo. I feel like LaMelo for sure.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing is funny. Like LaMelo's probably not in this list at all. Like I'm just assuming he's not in this list. But like, I feel like he could, like, if he just stays healthy, he can make.
He just needs a healthy season. He's like in everyone's top, whatever. Like, me personally, I'm so high on him. I love the Ball brothers, man. I want them to succeed.
You see Lonzo the other day, man. He's back, baby.
Yeah, man. Like, it's a feel good story, but I truly think Lonzo can be so good. Like, that's the thing, and obviously LaMelo. Yeah. So that's Halliburton for you, and we'll move on to. So this is where the tie happened. So it's 14th place, tied for 14th, 3 points each. I'll start with the first person. It was Mr. Chet Holmgren.
Okay, guys. We're bugging. Everyone's bugging now.
Okay.
What's the other one? Just give me the other name as well.
Ja Morant.
Okay. Yeah. Ja Morant at 14. Okay, no, I'm not mad at that.
So Chet.
Why the hell? What are we doing, guys?
So one person was on. One person had Chet.
At 7.
Yeah, 3 points.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. That's fine. All right.
Who let the kids in here?
No, this is a true.
No disrespect. It's a generational thing.
This was a perfect like
perspective.
Yes, like you know, like how the kids view the players.
Yeah.
Wow, Chet is in his 10.
Yeah.
Chet and Halliburton was in his 10. I'm really curious about his list. I'm gonna open
Also,
wow.
I was thinking about it, but we can confirm it here. I'm down to post it on the Ridgeway Twitter and Ridgeway Instagram, like the official voting list. Yeah, you know, like the NBA voters do for all NBA and stuff. It's like first place, second place, whatever it was. We will do that too.
How many votes did
Ja?
I know Ja got 3 votes, but like was it like 1 7th place voting or like multiple voting?
So Ja, 2 people had Ja on their list.
Okay.
So Adil had Ja at 10th place. So that's the 1 point, and then Fahad. No, was it Fahad? Yeah, Fahad had Fahad had him at 2 points. So that's 9th place.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Fahad. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so I mean, we could talk about Chet. I don't think he's top 10 yet. No, not at all. I think it'll like cool potential, but like
I don't know the spoilers like going into this, but like if Wemby is like not on this list
now that you heard Chet. Like,
I'm gonna trip out because it's like, well, I'm not really because Sean's vote, I guess, but you put him 2. Sean, why'd you put him at 7, dude? You might have ruined the entire list because of that. But
so the thing about Sean didn't give explanations. I wish that I was like we should do like a call or something. Man, what the hell?
Actually, hold on.
No, but yeah, so that's the thing. I think we could talk a lot about Ja because I think before the whole situation with him, Ja was like he was borderline top 10, if not top 10. Like he was usurping everyone's point guard lists. There was no Halliburton talks. There was no LaMelo. Like we just mentioned a bunch of. I even think Ja was perceived better than Jalen Brunson because Brunson was still like, let me get out of Luka's shadow, you know. But Ja, he walked in and Ja was the guy. So Ja being a top 10 if he doesn't have problems off court, he could be a top 10
It's
player.
so funny with Ja because coming into last season, I feel like he was more certified to be in the 10.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then he obviously had his issues that he had, but it's like he's a 25 point per game guy. He got they were top. Well, let's see where they last year. Second seed, right? They played
Second
the
seed,
Lakers.
the Lakers one. Yeah.
They're top 2 seed. Obviously, they're a very immature team going like, but this is going on 2 years ago. And look, I'm not saying Ja's going to lose a step. He's like 25 years old going into this season. So like he's just going to get better here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've watched any preseason games so far, but him and Edie look like, or I don't know how to say his name, but him and Edie look like the best duo. Like it looking like Yao Ming out there. Yao Ming, Brady, like, what are we doing here, dude?
Yeah.
Like they're looking really good, and Edie's a solid player as well. Like,
it's translating. It's translating.
I have no doubt that Ja's gonna level up his game this season, and and their team. Look, Jaren Jackson Jr. had, I think, for me and you both, he's like one of the players that we didn't like transition to that we really liked because we watched JJJ all season, and all season he hooped, and obviously his rebounding woes are still a problem, and those are the issues. But like with Ja coming back fully healthy, no problems off the court. Like I don't think like by the time this time next season, I think we could like be having a conversation with Ja is in that 10.
Certified, maybe, yeah. And like just another note on Ja Morant, like this is a fun fact kind of thing. 2022-23 season for MVP, he was tied for 12th. Okay, the 21-22 season, so the year before that, he for MVP finish, he was 7th. So he's been like, again, so it's not crazy to put him or think. Remember potential, right? Like it's not about play last year, like we said the criteria. It's like, walking in healthy, no problems off the court, whatever the case. Is he a top 10 player? Not crazy shout to me, not at all. Nope. So Chet beat out Halliburton and Maxey. So that's the hot take in this podcast. So there's Ja Morant. We move on to 13, and this guy, I think he's gonna be tied with Ja Morant always at this point because of his thing. Brunson with 4 points. So Brunson with 4 points. Let me see who had. So
Brunson
people voted for him. Yeah.
Okay. No, go ahead. Let me know who did the votes.
So Jack had him at 9th.
Okay.
Jack had him at 9th. Let me see. Rocky had him at 10th, and Cheyenne had him at 10th. Jalen Brunson. Go for it.
Look, Brunson he's elite. Like I think he's super elite, and he averaged last season. I have the stats right here. Averaged last season in the regular season 28, 6 and 3 on 48, basically almost 50% shooting and 40% from the 3. Mm-hmm. Then he went into the playoffs, averaged 32, 3 and 8 on 45% shooting and about 30% from the 3. He had, and I think he was dealing with injuries all postseason, right? Because he's like on and off healthy. I think like I don't really have an issue with him also being in the 10. Look, I have these 3 players that I think that could be knocked out of the 10 at any time. Out of my 10, it's Bron, Steph, and KD. Like those 3 players, like whenever they decide to like, give it up or their body decides they can't play anymore, there will, and players like Jalen and Ja and Maxey are going to be there to take that 10 spot. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, so that's the thing. And even Jack also said like he's kind of older slightly. Like he's actually 28, right? Like he's not like one of these younger point guards and stuff that we're talking about. But like he's super clutch. Like Jack was saying in the fourth quarter, he's always there. The bro makes his shot and it always goes in. He was 4th overall in player stats, and in the playoffs he was 2nd overall. And yeah, like you said, he's leading that New York Knicks team. He finished 5th in MVP. I think MVP rankings also kind of give you a good telling of like how good a player is. It's not everything, but it's a big one. And I think Brunson, he deserves to be, if he's on your top 10 list, again, not a crazy shout. I think borderline he's there. It's just maybe other players and some of the old heads are still like, I don't want to move. Like, they're just not budging. Yeah. So that's Brunson at 13th. Number 12, going into his sophomore season.
Sophomore season. Oh, okay.
Yep, he was a rookie last year. Going Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Right?
I know one person who had him on. I know Ulas for sure had him on his list.
Ulas did not.
Ulas didn't? Oh, he actually thought
Yeah.
about his list. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so who was it? Jack?
No, it was for Victor. Sorry, pulling it up. So Jawad, who gave him 6 points. So 1, 10, 9, 8,
How many
10.
points did he have?
So that would be 5, I think.
How many
No,
points?
sorry. Oh, his total points was 15.
15 points. Wow, what a jump. Wow.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I should have mentioned that. We went from 4 points to 15 points. Like,
Okay, so these are like
this was a big jump. So Vic and the person next to the next person we're gonna talk about are like 1 point difference.
Oh, 1 point difference. Okay.
1 point difference. So yeah. So Jawad had him at 5th place.
5th place? Jawad, what?
Yeah, Jawad.
Fifth?
Jawad had Victor.
Potential?
But maybe it is that, right? It's like this year he's snatching everyone's chain. Fantasy has him at number 1 or 2 in every list, by the way. If you draft it.
What did Tossip have him on his list? Did Tossip have him on his list?
Tossip did not.
Look.
Yeah, who's a Spurs fan, I'm assuming? That's what
he's a Spurs diehard.
Yeah.
Wait, did Foss have him on his list?
Foss did not. Foss,
another Spurs diehard.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Spurs diehards.
Yeah.
Did not have him on the list.
So Saad had Wemby. Saad had Wemby at 10th place, which is like, yeah, I guess he could snatch a chain off potential, like 10th place. Like he's crazy. Like I know it sounds crazy, but it's a sophomore. And there's one in like every couple of years that do this. Like I'm thinking like Luka maybe only, but like yeah, or like in the recent years. And then Cheyenne had him at 7th.
7th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Cheyenne had him like tied with Chet, or
oh wait, no. Cheyenne gave him 8 points. Cheyenne had Vic.
No, oh my god, dude! I texted him. By
Cheyenne
the way,
had Victor Wembanyama at 3rd place. Sorry, chat. Sorry, fans. I had that wrong. So Cheyenne had him at 10. Joanne had him at 5. And Cheyenne, so these are the 3 people.
Cheyenne had him 8.
Cheyenne had him at 3rd.
Cheyenne had 3rd.
1, 2, 3. 3.
Ding, ding, ding,
Shit,
bro. These
Vic,
kids are crazy.
That's why Vic, I guess, usurped Brunson.
Never let kids born in generation whatever this is in the last 10 years make a list ever again. Although he's in
the last 20,
school,
15
he's in high school, so okay.
Yeah, so Vic, okay.
Yeah, dude.
I did not have him on my list, the top 10
at all.
Not yet, but by next year, I think he's probably gonna make it. Like,
look, he already averaging 21, 10, and 4 with like
how many blocks?
7 stocks, 3.6 blocks per game, and steals. Where's the steal stat? 1.2. So he's like had 5 stocks per game basically every game. He's gonna be top 10 next year. He's gonna be top 5 the year later. And he's gonna be winning championships the rest of our lives. So I'm not really, but I will say this: like I've been talking to Toss about it. Like Chris Paul coming in, I feel like is just gonna elevate his game way more, and he's just gonna be even better than he already is. And if I know we didn't include FIBA in this, but like watching him play in FIBA during the Olympics or whatever, the World Cup, whatever it was, he took his single-handedly, like he was going crazy against that United States team.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? So I don't doubt at all that that he's gonna be top 10 next year. I'm actually like, it's funny enough, like him having 15 points is like looks crazy, but him being 12th on this list makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, like he's not locked in yet, but so not enough people are voting for him. Basically,
I would say Brunson's better than him though. Like,
yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah,
I for now, I still think like Ja and
Brunson,
even Halliburton too, right? Like, come on, like for 1 year, for last year, but then you did say based on what you think will. Basically, we're saying who's gonna end top 10.
Yeah,
kind of in a way, or we'll be playing like top 10. So you're saying Vic's gonna usurp those guys, and that's that. Like that's the thing. France basketball is coming up too, right? Because like the top two picks of the last year were the two French dudes too. So I'm like, I'm excited to see how
he's actually
grows.
He's actually open.
Yeah, and like we'll see what Sar does.
Richard, I don't know.
Richassi.
Oh, next on the list. Number 11.
We got 11 with 16 points. So one more than Vic. So just beat him. I was like, stay down there. Is easy money sniper. KD. He did not make the top 10.
What?
The ridgewaypod list. Yep.
Holy shit. Okay, this is insane.
This is crazy.
Look, this is what I meant. This is what I meant about Kevin Durant getting his chain set. Like the Kevin Durant, Steph, and LeBron are the three people who can get their chain snatch at any time. But like LeBron's better than everybody. But that is insane. Okay, so who had him? Who didn't have him on the 10? Can you tell me that?
Oh, who didn't have Kevin Durant in their top 10? So okay, because like a bunch of people did. That's the thing. There's like 8 or 9 people that did. So Adil didn't have Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Foss didn't have Kevin Durant. Rahi, Saad, Shia. Rahi, Saad, Shia.
What the hell, guys?
Did not have Kevin Durant.
Damn, but he's okay. And then
on everyone else's list, like I'll tell you right here, like the rest of the people, he's low. So it's like 3 points, which is like 8. Then it's
my
1.
list too, he was pretty low. What was he on my list? He was at 8.
You had him at 9th.
9th, exactly.
You had him at 9th. Ulish and me had him at 10th.
Yeah.
I think the highest he got was from 3 people, was 3rd. So he did not usurp anyone's list over 8th place.
Who had him at 3rd?
No, I'm saying 3 points. Like sorry.
Wow.
Like I'm sorry. The highest points he got from 2 people or 3 people were 3 points. Like 3 points, 3 points, 3 points.
Well, you didn't go higher than 7.
You know how Cheyenne gave Vic a freaking 8 points? Like 3rd place on his list?
Yeah.
I'm saying he didn't go higher than 8 on anyone's list. Kevin Durant.
Higher than 7.
Well, 10 is 9. 10 is 1.
10 is 1 point.
Yeah. So 7.
Oh, no, 8 or 7 or whatever. But yeah, okay, I get it.
7 or 8. Yeah.
Wow.
He did not make anyone's top 5. There we go. Okay. Because you know what's funny?
The world is changing.
So the changing of the guard is here. I would honestly personally think Kevin Durant would be on some, not everyone's, but because I feel like people are trying to be like rational here, but 1 or 2 people might have had him off of like legacy votes. You know what I mean? I expected, the LeBrons, the KDs, or the Stephs. But here at the ridgewaypod and associates, we don't do that. We
do not do legacy votes. We got the thinkers in the chat.
We're thinking, and I appreciate that. It doesn't skew the votes, I guess.
Easy. Okay, for the people who had descriptions,
okay,
like, what did they say about KD?
So I know that. Let me pull up one of the people's like that I know, which was Armand.
Mm-hmm.
He had him at 8th. He's going to be as consistent as ever, but not expecting the Suns to go past the first round. So I essentially think that he's going to be him, but his impact is not going to, like, Kevin Durant as a number 1 option. Like, I mean, we've seen it in the last couple of years. I'm not going to lie. It's been kind of crazy.
The world is finally starting to notice.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything other than score the basketball. He doesn't do it anymore. He cannot do it. The Suns are going to rely on him to be their center again. They're never winning anything.
We're going to
talk about this. We're going to talk about this later. Wait. We're going to talk about this later. Later on when we pod again about like teams and what we think is who's going to be the best team going into the season. The Clippers, for the last 5 years, have been telling me that they're going to win. Same thing with their Suns. The same shit is going to happen with the Suns. Anyways, continue on.
It's KD, Harden, Kyrie beat the Charges. Like those 3 Brooklyn boys.
Except for in the finals. He did not beat
No, but like as in like my team goes to like places. Like y'all teams, good luck. The Brooklyn boys. So just another explanation. My monitor just went out, funny enough. Hold on. Okay. I don't know why it does that. So just a thing. Jack, who had Kevin Durant at 8th place, last year being 5th player in stats, Booker right behind him at 6th, arguably the best and most complete season since the Golden State Warriors days. age being a factor now, but still the best mid-range shot in the game. So like, I actually appreciate Jack's like statistical things that he based it off of, which is fire. But it is not a bad take. It's like I personally think Kevin Durant will be Kevin Durant. You know who I am. It's just
Kevin Durant's always going to be Kevin Durant. Like,
but he's not going to be there.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
And I just like there's just too many good players in the NBA right now. Like I'm telling you, that top 10, that top 5, I feel like is like the most insane 5 ever right now.
Mm-hmm.
Other than people who are putting Victor Wembanyama in that 5, then you're just tripping.
And that's the thing. So KD was on my list. KD made 10th on my list.
KD made mine the 9th on my list, and like I was just like, that's just where he belongs right now. I feel like him, Steph, like I put Braun high on my list, like generally high in my opinion. I think I put him generally high in my list. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he's gonna shape up on the main list, but but like I think there's a significant gap because Braun does a lot more than just score the ball. And, like, everyone can say he's old and, like, he doesn't play a lot of defense, this, that, but we've seen it. We've literally seen it in FIBA too, and I don't, like, harp on that, but that's the most recent time we've played basketball, even in the postseason. Look, his defensive impact is still there. It's still one of the highest defensive impact on the team. Mm-hmm. And, look, the Lakers front office woes and this, that, whatever, we'll get into that later on another pod, but like that's why I have him as high as I do with this. But when you look at it, the Suns or the Steph and KD, look, they're both younger than him. And I know KD came off injuries, but KD looks fine off of injuries. It's the impact that he has without scoring the basketball. We see it in that Minnesota Timberwolves series. He didn't have any impact without scoring the basketball.
Boston series too.
Well, that's when I jumped off the bandwagon completely. I said, you're not top 5 player anymore. Because after I seen him lose a series completely off of just giving the ball to Tatum, that's when I'm like, okay, you're done. But
and that's the thing. That's Kevin Durant. Like, he's all-time great. Nothing taken away. But going into this season, he is on the Ridgeway Pod list, 10. 11th place at 16 points.
10.
We are now jumping 8 points to 24. And we're starting the top 10 list. Like, here we go. The first member, the 10th best player going into this next season is the Brow, Anthony Davis.
Yeah. How many points did you get?
You got 24.
24 points, right? Okay.
24 points.
No, so this is I think I swear to God, every single person had him at like 9 or 10. Did anybody have him like top 5?
Let me see. The highest points he got was 5th.
He did. Somebody did have him at the 5.
Jawad and Ulash.
Wow.
So that's
respect.
So Jawad had Anthony Davis at 6th. That's that's 5 points. And I guess so did
Ulash had him at 6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and Jawad too. So like, so that's that. And then obviously he sprinkled in on everyone's lists.
Mm-hmm. Was he out of the 10 on anybody's list?
Like did he make not the
make the 10?
So a couple people didn't have Anthony Davis on their list. Adil, Armand, Jack, Saad, Cheyenne.
It's about 5 people. 5 people. Okay.
Yeah, so 5 people didn't. But then he got enough points on people's list to like put him on the 10. But you know what's crazy? It's like it's not that he just beat Kevin Durant, he beat him by 8 points, So like
I feel like for AD, he's just such an anomaly player. Like, and I'm not talking about play wise, I'm just talking about it's the same thing like Tatum. They're like this, you know what I mean? Where it's like people just don't know how to rank them. They're like so elite, but like it's like this vibe that people get is like, I don't really like him. Like,
it's narratives, right?
Well,
like,
dude, they called him street clothes for entire 4 years, while we have the same guy in the same building in street clothes, literally. AD has played the most games since I think the 2021 season.
Which is insane. Not just played though. If you go back and look at his numbers, like I can make arguments for defensive player of the year while playing insane offense, like being one of the like cornerstones and like carrying the offense too, like being him. And I'm honestly excited to see how JJ Redick uses him, like preseason basketball. The way it's been going.
You see him yesterday,
bro?
He had 4 threes. He was going crazy. I will say this: AD being a 10 is fine. I have no problem with that. I will say this though, like. Out of the 10 Rivers in the 10, I think AD is probably the best two-way player in the league. Like other than Tatum and Wemby, those other than Tatum and Wemby, he's the best. Like those are the top 3. You can mix it up however you want it.
Yeah.
But I think those are the top 3 two-way players in the league.
And you can still. I think AD can still be number 1 if you really
100%. Yeah.
Because Wemby's still not here yet. Like it's all there. He just has to put it together, and then
he just needs a couple more years, and then he'll be good to go, right?
But yeah, and with Chris Paul helping him, I forgot to mention that. Like he's gonna be crazy. Yeah. But so there's that, and then best two-way player for sure. If you keep going on top of this list, like you can make arguments for others like Jason Tatum and stuff. But yeah, so that's AD. Honestly, to me, he's good or reliable. It's kind of like if you watch football/soccer or whatever. It's like Benzema. Like you have to have him in your top 10. Like in the last decade,
exactly.
Like that era. It's like
I feel like he's like a Lewandowski.
Yeah,
like a lot of these guys who just like are not the GOATs, but they just go. They just like
Mr. Consistent.
Oh, whoa, he has 500 goals. Like it's
Mr. Consistent. Like and when those teams are in the final rounds of like the Champions Leagues or like the playoffs, it's like AD is one of the big reasons, cornerstones why. He may not be
the biggest playoff riser. He's one of the biggest playoff risers ever. Like insane. Like nobody rises like him in the playoffs.
Sometimes I wish Defensive Player of the Year voting counted playoffs because I feel like every single time they vote,
every time he plays them, he plays them.
The last year or two, Memphis, the Golden State series, it's the Denver ones, but Denver's is the boogeyman, so we don't talk about that.
Well, he gets his numbers against Denver though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's everybody fucking else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fucking demonic entity from Serbia.
Yeah. so that's our
King Von, bro. He's fucking King Von to me, bro. He needs to be. Some people need to die.
Some people need to die. No, if you were, I didn't want to hang out with him,
dude. I don't even want to know how many points he has, bro. I don't even want to hear it, dude. Oh my god.
Is he on the list?
He's one. I already know it. Okay.
So number 9. So we're jumping to 30 points now. So 6 more points than AD.
Okay.
We got the Ant-Man.
Oh my what?
9th place.
No, I'm not surprised at all. Actually,
no, I'm not surprised, but I'm not gonna lie.
32 points
is crazy too.
Or 6 points.
What?
He's at 30 points?
32.
30. Yeah.
30 points.
Marketing is a motherfucker, ain't it?
Guess what? Like 5 people didn't have Ant on their list.
Like, did everybody even have him high or something?
So you didn't even have the Ant on our list.
I didn't have him on my list. He's not on my 10, bro.
The Ant just
crazy.
So yeah,
I know Jack had him on his list. That's his favorite player ever. He's never watched a better player than that.
So we could talk. Okay, let's go to Jack since we brought him up. Yeah. Jack had Ant at 7.
Okay, that makes sense. Wow. Okay,
so 4 points, and his explanation was, first of all, talk your shit, kid.
Yeah,
talk your shit, right? And watching Ant play is something special. Only 23 years old, 12th overall in player stats last year, 11th in playoff stats. Only going to get better. Was that his first offs?
No,
it's
that was his second.
Yeah. With the departure of Cat and addition of Dante, the Wolves can actually have a functional starting 5. With Ant being like the focal point now only, right? Like there's no who's gonna get the ball. I mean, we know it's Ant, but like so that's thing. Let me just see who had Ant-Man the highest, and I think it is.
That was his 3rd playoffs. My bad.
That was his 3rd playoffs. Wow. So Jawad gave him 7 points. So that'd be 7 points.
That's 3rd. That's like 4th place.
Yeah.
He had him in his top 5. Jawad, you're tripping, bro.
4th place.
Jawad, you're tripping, bro.
Jawad did not give me his explanation, but we can kind of come up with why. I mean, he's 9th at the end of the day. Like, it's not that, like, you know what I mean? Like, but so that was the highest. So so that was. Other than that, he wasn't in anyone's top 5. He was like bottom 5 of the top 10s. So Jawad was the highest. And
I understand where people are coming from though, because it's like, look, by the time, like again, by this time next season, he probably will be a shoo-in in that 10. Like he's gonna have that argument. So I'm not mad at people having him in this list. It's kind of like I just like based off of my 10, I just can't like it just doesn't he just didn't fit. Like I couldn't just get him in it, but I get it. Like I understand, they're going to be another top 3 seed this season and he's going to average shit ton of points again. And he's going to do his thing. And he's a great 2-way player. He's probably in that, top 5 conversation of 2 ways or
Oh,
top
yeah.
10 conversation of two ways. So
Is he the best
like,
shooting guard or
oh yeah, Booker.
Donovan
He
or
snatched
Book?
Booker's chin.
Yeah,
He
Donovan,
well,
Book.
if I'm gonna be biased, I'm gonna say Spider is the best shooting guard in the league because I don't know, like nobody's better at scoring the ball as a two guard than Spider, but Ant does everything else better than Spider.
Yeah.
So my biggest flaw with Ant though, and I really need to see him fix up this season, is his boneheaded decision making. He is one of out of the 10 people out of the 16 people on this list or 17 people on this, I think he might have the worst decision making.
Yeah, I'm looking
So-
at the list. Yeah, I'm
So
looking
he's
at
gonna have the worst. He has the worst. Like him and KD are going band for band for how bad they are at passing, at finding the good pass. So
Mhm.
like father like son kind of thing. But
So, yeah.
like that would be my for me myself for my preference for him to push through is that in crucial moments in the playoffs he makes the dumbest errors ever.
Yeah.
And
I
just if he can
Mhm.
if he can get better at that, and I don't doubt he's not going to get better at that. He's
I
gonna.
think
He's definitely gonna be
Dallas kind of like
exposed that
played
bad.
off of that, right? It's like
Yeah.
if we're talking like IQ, it's just like, but again, it's the youth showing. It's like I gotta
Yeah.
do everything and this and that.
Yeah.
But again, they're a well coached team. They have pieces. You have Ant-Man. Like you're gonna be fine. It's
I'm
just
super curious how that fit's gonna work though. That
with
Julius Randle. Like I don't, because you know, like how Jack said, like you know, Dante's like a really good piece, but I don't
Yeah.
think Dante's gonna start, dude. And
I don't think off the rip, but Dante had the
Julius
third
Randle,
most-
and what's his name, JD McDaniels on your starting lineup with Rudy Gobert, like Ant's already not like a 40% 3-point shooter. Like they're already had a stagnant offense last season,
Yeah.
and I get that Julius kind of brings the slashing from the 4 spot,
Yeah.
but it's like nobody can shoot on this starting lineup. Like we desperately need Mike Conley to have a great season again,
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
the
getting
thing.
old.
I think DiVincenzo's gonna sneak his way in because I think last year, I have to fact check this properly, but he had the third most threes like made.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like
overall.
Mike Conley's not even going to play that much. Like
Because DiVincenzo does other stuff too, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not he's a hustler. So
which
like-
again, if they do play that lineup of no Mike Conley and Dante's in, then the playmaking goes to Ant, and that's where the test comes. But I'm not
true.
mad. 9 makes sense.
Okay, moving on to 8th place. We're it's a big jump actually from 30 points. We're going to 44. Is Wardell Curry.
Okay, yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Steph.
yeah.
Stephen Curry with 44
Wait, how much?
points.
44 points.
44
That's a big
points.
jump. 30 to 44. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
Steph was on everybody's 10. That's for
So
sure.
no, he was not.
Cheyenne.
Yeah,
I'm banning him, by the way.
Shine didn't have him. Joad didn't have him.
Yeah.
And Jack didn't have him.
Yo, Jawad, you're older than me and Udoy. And like, is he older than you?
Yeah, he's
Jawad's older
But
than
Jack
me
didn't
and
have him
Udoy.
either.
Jack don't
Yeah,
like her.
like you would think the old heads. You think the old heads would be like legacy votes, kind
Yeah.
of too, right? Like you know,
Dude,
like, he changed our game.
Jawad is the kid. He's a young soul. This is why
He's a young soul,
guy-
and he's missed. Yeah, him and Shad go
He's-
back for back.
Mr.
No,
Gen
no,
Z, bro.
Shout out Joad. Yeah, like so. There's people that didn't have him in the list, but there's people that also gave him a lot of credit.
Yeah, so
Armand,
like,
for example, gave him 8 points from Armand. So what is that?
you
10,
know,
9, 8,
Napoleon
third place
syndrome
on his
over there,
list.
bro.
Third.
This guy
but
looks
Joe-
up to Steph, bro. Like, I'm not taking personal shots. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it's a third place. And wait, since Armand gave him the most points,
Yeah.
let's hear it. Since thank you, Armand, for giving an explanation. Actually,
Oh, he did. Okay, perfect.
nobody had to, so don't feel bad. It's
Yeah,
just,
no.
It was like an extra thing. So yeah, they had a horrible year last year, coming off the Olympics and improvements to the team, expecting Curry to have a MVP type year and bring Warriors back to the playoffs.
Improvements.
Bro, they got D'Anthony Melton.
Ah, freaking forgot, dude. Not yet. And they got Buddy Hield. Oh my god, dude.
No, but look, if Steph's
They're
in
not
LeBron,
making
if
playoffs.
Steph is
They're
like
not
the
making
LeBron
playoffs.
James and them level of all-time greats, okay, he's not LeBron, but you got to show it then. Like Steph, you hear that? Armand believes in you, and a bunch of
They're
other.
not making the playoffs. I'm telling you right now, they are not making the playoffs. So Mr. Davidson, it's over, bro. I had him on my 10. I think I had him on. If you can pull up my list, I think I had him on 8.
Right now. Ushma had him at 8th.
8, exactly.
I had him at 9th.
Exactly. So he's obviously in the 10 still, but is him and KD, which KD's already out the list for some reason, but him and KD were like, suspect number 1 who's gonna be like not on this. That's by 6 months into this year, they won't be on the list. And they're already KD's already off the list, and Steph is, I'm telling you right now, like he's gonna have a great season again. Just like KD's gonna have a great season again. I'm not doubting their numbers. I'm just doubting the impact of their numbers.
No, the impact. It's the same thing with KD. You're right. And also, just a quick shout out, Foss had him at 5th place on his top 10 list.
Wow.
So maybe you could speak on that. But yeah. So so that would be the most points, 6 points and 8 points. That's why I brought up Foss's list, by the way. Yeah, sorry. That's why, just to clarify. Everyone else, like you third.
Wait.
Ulish had him at 7.
Did Thing have him? No. I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna look at after, and I'll talk to him.
Okay.
If he had Braun higher than him, I'm gonna fly to Nevada and kill him.
Okay. So that's Steph Curry. You gave your point. To me personally, it's like Steph, right? Like he gonna be Stephen Curry, but it's like, okay, I don't know if it's in him necessarily declining, because I can't tell you that it's necessarily that, but it's like in terms of his overall, like his game. Like before, he used to impact the whole team and everything. Dude, but like wait, it's not just that. It's also the Warriors front office and the Warriors organization is gone to shit. Like we personally, like what I'm seeing,
100%.
It's just but you're at the crossroads. Do you trade the best player in your franchise? You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about. Okay, no, actually, I won't get into that point later when we get to there. But like, it's like just.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, does that happen, or does he request one like Steph, or like what are you gonna do? Because no one's coming to Golden State, and you know what's funny? The Mr. Best Shooter ever, which I agree with, not to sound petty there, but all that stuff. You would think more people would want to try to get over there to kind of, Steph wants to win one more ring. Maybe snatch one of these young guys, pull like Aaron Rodgers, bro. Make the call. But nobody, doesn't seem like.
Well, first they don't.
Just LeBron.
I don't think with this new CBA, I don't think they even have the money to even get new players. But not even that, dude. Like everyone always says, like for some reason they think that the 2021 Steph, the 2022 Steph that won that ring, is better than the 2017 and 2016, 2015 Steph. And I'm like, did we watch the same impact that Steph had back in those days? Yeah, he played for these great teams, but just off the impact alone, he is way, and I'm not saying I've watched both. He's played the Lakers, and obviously I'm scared of Steph every time he shoots the ball and this, that, but it felt like it was easier to kind of not care about that impact of that three that Steph shoots coming down the line. It just doesn't hit the same no more. If you want to understand what I'm saying,
it's kind of like it used to be like bang, and now it's like
Steph's gonna get those. Like Steph, you get that three. That's you. Like, and honestly, like there's and it is not even a lock on him, but like the people ahead of him are just better and younger.
Yeah, younger
and they're just better. They're all better.
I forgot, but Ulish did send explanations for his, so I should have brought it up for like his AD pick and stuff like that. But like since we're on the Steph one, this is his words. People forget how important shooting off the ball and on the ball is. Easily best offensive weapon. Just look at the Olympics. If he had a better team, they would have went farther or somewhere. Also, people are gonna talk about no defense, but Shea and Luka are also little to no defense. Steph is wait. Steph is easily a better shooter, and I could argue when he gets hot, it's on par with those guys' offense. I think that's what he's trying to say, because shooting is such a big thing in the NBA, and he's just a little older now. He has him at 7th, so it's not like but the Shea,
two-way Shea is a whole thing, you know that, right? He led the league in steals back-to-back years. Like, shut the hell up, okay?
I obviously Ulish isn't here to defend himself necessarily, but like Luka played defense in the playoffs. They got to the finals. So but again, maybe in the regular season he coasts. But yeah, Luka did play defense in the playoffs. That's they were not making it
Jaylen Brown
without.
locked that boy up, bro. Jaylen Brown told him.
He did not he guarded Kyrie. He locked Kyrie down. Luka did not get shut down.
What's it called? Jaylen Brown in the second in the last two games. Obviously, Luka's gonna get his numbers, man. I'm not talking about. We're not
talking
talking
the same
offense.
thing with LeBron and Kawhi in 2013.
I don't know what we're talking about offense. We're talking about
We
defense.
do the
Luka
same thing. Oh,
Luka plays half defense. Luka and his boy Jokic both have this problem of inconsistent defensive effort. That's
okay. I'm not saying Luka's a defender. I kind of want to slip it in there, but I'm saying he played defense. Like it's like Steph.
Yeah,
I think Steph can be hunted now. Like at the age, you know.
Steph can always be
I don't
hunted.
think Luka, if he locks in, will not be super hunted. Like
no, Steph is not. Steph has never been. I don't like this and this like thing that people make that Steph has been a good defensive player. Steph has never been a good defensive player. He's been solid, strong.
100%.
He can hold his own. But he's not a good defense.
But like you could never like not have him on the court. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna go with his defense, like but
we've seen it though. In his prime, he get benched.
In the prime, he would get benched in the final couple of minutes. Like come back for offense, leave for defense.
His team just sucks too much for him to get off the court. That's the issue now.
Well, that's the thing. And see, here's a good question for Steph. If you put Steph on a championship level team with like people, younger stars and this and that, I think that team will probably go farther than what Kevin Durant is doing right now. Like, for example, if Steph had a D book or a thing, because I feel like Steph's impact.
No, I agree with that.
What we saw. Okay, we saw it. The Olympics.
No, I agree. I agree with what Uller said, where he's like still the hottest scorer.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but what do you think about that statement though? Actually,
I agree with that. Like,
who's more valuable?
He's a ticking time bomb, right? Like, if he gets hot, like, bro, like he's shooting from 40 feet, like it's nearly impossible to guard him. We saw against what he did in the Olympics. Like, Steph is still like the hottest. He can get the hottest. Yeah. He'll always be that because of that 3-point shot that he has.
Yeah,
right. But more consistent offensive player, I don't think anybody's more consistent than Luka. Like there's no.
I was saying KD. Like KD, like KD right now.
I think Steph is better than him at every facet of the game.
It's like
other than
for
defense
example,
and rebounding,
because like Steph right now has no one to like take the pressure off of him. Even the old.
No, I agree.
The shell of Clay is gone. Like you know what I mean? Like. Yeah. So,
look what you just said. If Steph, and I don't want, we're already an hour in, we're only at 7, but
it's gonna be a long episode.
Steph being if Steph was in KD's position in the Suns, and I'm not saying like exactly the same position.
Yeah.
Like we watched 2022, like he did that shit.
Yeah. When Wiggins was stinging,
KD has yet to make the finals since he's left Golden State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah. So there you go. So that's Stephen Curry. Obviously a hot topic always. Like you can never.
We were talking about him for a while.
No, I mean that's because like some people had him in the top 5 and some people had him in the bottom 5. But some people didn't have Curry on their list. So like again, he didn't get the legacy pass either. So
we're not. No, our board members are not playing around anymore.
Yes, shout out to
play around. No legacy members.
So
LeBron.
So we have Steph Curry at, what did I say? 8th place. We're moving 3 points up to 7th. So 44 to 47. It is the king, LeBron James.
Only 4 points or 3 points?
3 points more than Steph. These guys are intertwined, bro.
Like guys, bro.
You thought it'd be a jump for LeBron and Steph.
Bro, I
had
LeBron at 6.
Yeah.
And I was like so definite to put him in the 5. I was like ready to put him in the 5.
Yeah. So LeBron, let me try to see.
What do the people say?
What does the public say? So
what does everybody say?
But Jack and Rocky
Jack
had LeBron on their list. So LeBron didn't make everyone's list. He didn't get a legacy thing from everyone.
Jack and Rahi, watch your lives.
So obviously Jack is not gonna say why he doesn't have LeBron on the list. Wait. Unless he put some honorable mentions or something at the bottom.
I think he did include some honorable mentions.
Yeah, so maybe I don't want to ding him. So old people, if this was like a position, old people, if the Olympics showed us one thing, it's LeBron and Steph still have it. I'm not sure having LeBron and Steph on the top 10 list is a sin to some, but I just have a feeling these young stars are in line to kick them off the list.
Okay, fair.
So LeBron got that old head treatment.
Fair.
But Mr. LeBron,
well, he is the oldest head in the league. So
yeah. So the most points LeBron got, and I just want to confirm before I say it, is 7 points from Armand.
Yeah.
So that means he was fourth.
See,
top
Armand.
four.
Armand is
Armand knows ball.
Armand is an old head rememberer. He got Steph and Bron in his top 5.
Yeah, so LeBron, like, he gave an explanation for it. So if Father Time doesn't slow him down, expecting, can you hear me? Oh yeah. So if Father Time doesn't slow down, expecting continued production out of LeBron, with the wait, let me see. Well, with pockets out of the picture and JJ passing his podcast interview, the vibes are immaculate in LA at the moment. If LeBron does exactly what he did last year with improvement from the team and coaching, they can make it to the finals. Second in-season tournament banner incoming. So
let's go.
Yeah,
Armand knows though. Armand knows how I feel.
So that's thing. Ulesh, what did Ulesh say? Ulesh had him at 9th on his list. I mean, do I need to say anything else? He's 40 and still to go.
My brother, bro.
So Fahad had him at 4th place, actually. So like Fahad gave him 6 points essentially, and then after that it was a lot of 4, 4, 4, even for me. So like,
you had him at 4?
No, like I had him at 7. So like 4 points, 4 points. So I had him at 7 because okay. So I'll just start it for me. LeBron, obviously, GOAT, James, this and that. Out of KD and Steph, I think he's in another stratosphere compared to them. Like, even though my ranking actually goes LeBron, AD, Curry, and KD. So I have the 2 Laker boys, then the 2 guys. The thing is, I think the people I have over him kind of have the youth on their side.
100%.
And they have the pedigree and the MVPs and the this and that. Like if they're just healthy, they might be a more valuable piece than LeBron. But he's 40 years old, so like I'm not trying to like this is not a diss. Like
no.
I'm saying I'm saying basically 6 guys that are young in their prime. Then LeBron James is the next man up. Like you put him and he's your franchise player, which is crazy. And like shout out LeBron. Like he's him. His impact on the game is still crazy. I think with LeBron and without LeBron, the Lakers or any team is a big difference. So he is a top 10 player in the NBA, and I think that's where he's going to keep going. He's in the top 10. Sometimes he plays up to his top 5. He does because the IQ he has, the experience he shows. All he needs is someone who would have made that shot, or if he would make the play here or there. But it comes down to margins when it comes to LeBron.
I think with Bron, I think this is the best way to put it. If you tell me like those guys that are above him, like those guys are just people that you can't trade. You can't trade him for because he's just too much older than them. It's not a skill issue. That's a good way
to put it.
It's not a skill issue, and I completely understand. That's why I didn't have like I'm gonna put Bron in my. I want to put Bron in 5. I didn't even have him in my 5. I had him at 6 on my list because I'm like, look, those 5 guys that I had on my list, it's like they're younger, they're in their prime, and they're all playing for championships. All 5 of them, they're all playing for championships. It's not they're not in conversations about like can we make the playoffs or play in this that.
Yeah,
they're playing for rings. They're getting the stats. They lead everything. All their teams are top. All 5 of those guys are top 3 seeds on all their respective teams.
Yeah.
So, like, it's those guys you can't trade him for. Like, that's my issue. Where it's like
those specific players.
Everybody else below Bron, like, if you're gonna just go power forward, small forwards itself, like other than Tatum, there's not a single player better than him. Oh, I guess Giannis, but let's say the small forwards. Other than Tatum, there's not a single player I'm taking over him. Right now,
and like that wing. It
sucks that the centers are back. Like centers are the best players in the league, and then the point guards are the best players in the league. It's centers and point guard. It's a center and point guard league now, man. The wings don't matter.
Like LeBron and then the wing generation from
the
like
Celtics. They're just we wingers. I said we.
So like basically that's kind of it. Like I said, Ulish had him at 9th. Boss had him at 8th. Jack did not have him. Tasib had 7th. Dill had him at 6th. Armand, I said 4, of course. Yeah. You at 6. And then Saad had him at 7. So you could see, like, after the top 5. Chad had him at 7th. And Fahad had him at 5th. So Fahad and Armand had him higher. But yeah, pretty much it is what it is. It's like Father Time is coming. The only thing that's crazy is Father Time never is here ever because he just turns back the clock randomly. So that's LeBron James. Now we're moving on to the 6th place.
Yep.
So 6th place we have.
It's Tatum, isn't it? It's Tatum, isn't it? It's Tatum, isn't it?
Jason Tatum with 53 points. So yeah,
I need every single person who has a description, everybody's description.
So let's see. So let me. Okay, yeah. If you want descriptions, let's start with Ulash since he's here. He has him at 8th.
Yeah.
Forced to put him in. Don't want to. I guess he dropped 50 in game 7. And no, in no world is he better than Stephen Curry. So
this is the problem. This is the problem. Before we get to everybody else's description, this is the problem with Tatum. None of you guys.
Wait. Armand had him at 7th, right? Because I said Armand had explanations. 7th. Have to put someone from the Celtics. This face. Like emoji.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
This is the problem. Nobody likes him. Like they don't even look at the basketball part of it. They literally have to put him in because they don't like him.
Jack had him at 5th. Rating
what? Jack?
Yeah. Jack had reigning NBA champion. Jason returns with the same exact team, along with Luka. A long playoff run. Do we see fewer games being played? Tatum logged 74 games while ranking 7th in player stats. On the other hand, potential MVP push this year. Mazzulla's a psycho, so that might answer the question. Media plays a role in MVP pushes, but time will tell. I mean, he's in the window still.
Wait. Who had him the highest? Was it me?
Oh, who had Tatum the highest? Who gave him the most points? You and Saad.
Did Saad like
7 points
me?
each. Yeah.
See, I had Tatum at 4. He's in my top 5. Okay.
Yeah.
He's in the 5.
So
other than those 3 players that are freaking demonic entities whose numbers look like wilt numbers every time you look at them.
Yeah.
There's no. I can't tell. You can't. The impact Tatum has is so underplayed, and this bullshit ass playoffs. He should have. Okay, conference finals MVPs. Okay, we'll give it to Jaylen Brown. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue it. Finals MVP, bro. He was the finals MVP of that team. I don't care like what Jaylen. I mean, I don't.
Brown.
The numbers you want to talk about. Okay, cool. Jaylen Brown hit a big shot here and there. Cool. Every little thing. They literally played. Kristaps Porzingis played 1 game in that series, and they got away with it because Jason Tatum played the 5. That's why they get away with it because Derek Lively got shut. They got told his little rookie ass to sit down because Tatum said, "No lobs. We're not playing this game. I'm 6'9", and you're 7 foot. I don't care. We're not playing these games." Tatum played elite defense the entire playoff run. He leads the team in every like. I love how people say like Derek White and Drew Holiday do all the little things. Bro, they don't even when they say that means they're not even watching the games because Tatum does every little thing on that team. And he covers up so many flaws on that team that people don't even realize. And I understand that his offensive game, it died last season in the playoffs. I don't know what happened. It died.
Yeah.
But the fact that it died and they still want to ring by losing 2 games is the most ridiculous shit we've ever seen in our lives. You don't see that. So and I know their team is insane, but that you can't use his team being insane to discredit the impact that he has for that insane team.
So my thing with Tatum is like it's not necessarily a rebuttal to all that. Like I could see it's like use that side, right? Like truth be told, if we were still in this wing era, you know, like now you said like we've now gone to point guards and bigs, but Tatum should be the one to take the mantle, right? And I guess Brown is right there. So it's weird that like funny enough, I think Brown and Tatum are taking like stuff away from each other because naturally, like, you know, when Steph and KD played together, for example, or like Wade and LeBron, it's like the media won't see it as such. The part of it is though, is like, it does kind of count in a way of like in the playoffs, he wasn't super consistent in the scoring, I guess, department. Like
that's the only part though. That's the thing.
But like, it's very glaring because everyone else, you know, like the Ants and the this and that, I'm not saying they're better, but like it's like the scoring is always kind of there, especially if you're like, okay, not at maybe
but even if you look at the numbers, right? If you look, I know these guys are all averaging 30 and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like he averaged 25, 9, 9.88, so 10 and 6. the entire playoff runs with 3 steals per game, and the splits are just garbage, by the way. But like that's
the thing, right? Like, and like we said about Ant,
23 and 30.
remember
Like,
Ant in
the
the
splits are garbage. But it's like, dude, like he's the only player I've ever witnessed get discredited just because he didn't score efficiently. Like, and I'm efficiency king. I'm the number one guy who screams about efficiency all the time. But it's like efficiency only matters if you're not doing anything else as well.
So like, he's like a Swiss knife. Like he does like, all that other stuff. Like
KD being as efficient as KD averages 60% field goal percentage his whole fucking life. He hasn't been to a freaking final since he left Golden State. Like, you know what I mean? Like, efficiency kings are they are my favorite players in the league, but they don't. It doesn't matter in the playoffs, man. How the fuck am I going to get this win is what matters. And he does everything else that matters to get the win.
And I think that's the thing with like Jaylen Brown. And then even you mentioned like, oh, Jaylen Brown locking up X, Y, and Z, right? Like, it's like Brown had more loud moments, I think. That's
the thing.
Just beat him.
Exactly.
He beat him out. And it's like, it's not like, I feel like if Tatum stayed consistent with the whole, like, you know, it's only the split, I think Tatum would have locked it up because it's like your best player gets it.
You want to know the funniest part about all this, though?
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown won the Finals MVP, and he's not even on the 17 that we have.
Well, I was gonna say that, and I was also so that one is that's the thing. I was gonna pretty much spoil
Tony Parker,
like unless Brown comes up like next or something like.
No.
But no,
you know the 5 players, bro, and I'm gonna be pissed because I don't even have. I think I probably have the Cameroonian the lowest out of anybody in this list.
Yeah. No, what do you mean? He's
not American. He's not American.
But so that's the thing. And one last thing about Jason Tatum, I don't think the Olympics helped also because you go from winning the ring, and according to Ushma and many others, best player in the final, best player, finals MVP should have. Then he goes to the Olympics where, I mean, we said Steph with superstars around him. Good luck. Now Steph's the best player in the world because you have to one-on-one guard him. Jason Tatum, you're younger than
didn't fit, man.
So that's the thing. But if you're one of the best players, if you're the best player, like you know, if you're
if you're a top 5 player, you should be able to fit.
Okay, and also according to this, I don't want to spoil it. Actually, according to this, like, and we'll move on. Okay, so the person who's next on the list is 5th place, the top 5 player with 60 points is the best American on this list with 60 points is Joel Embiid. So Tatum is the second. So going back quickly, Tatum's the second best American on this certified Ridgeway Pod list, which is like the only list you should listen to. He didn't show it in the Team America even. Like that's crazy. Now, okay, we're here. Joel Embiid, the best American player in the National Basketball Association. Okay, jokes aside, let's get into it. I think everyone had Joel Embiid, barring one person, Cheyenne.
Oh, who didn't? Oh, Cheyenne. Okay, did everybody have them in the top 5? I know Ulash's dick eating ass did, but
no, Ulash had him. Oh, Ulash did. Wait, let me see. Tasib had him
5. He had him in the 5. He had to.
He gave him Tasib gave him 8 points.
So that's 2?
3.
No, 3.
Tasib had him in his top 3.
Top 5.
So Ulash had him in top 4.
Everybody else?
Ulash Fahad had him in top 4, and then it was like Adele gave him 5th place. Rai gave him 5th place. Then it kind of starts twinkling down. Like I think I had him at 6th. Yeah,
I had him at 7.
So I had Joel at 6th. So this is when it starts like over LeBron people. And so this is the thing with Embiid, right? Like healthy Embiid, like it's been year how much? 12 now or whatever. Like a healthy Embiid is X, Y, and Z. Like what years of NBA is this for him?
I'll tell you right now. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going into his 9th season this season.
Okay, so 9 years of this because he came in pretty much injured. A healthy Embiid is a monster. And funny enough, I'm a Jokic guy, but every time they verse 1-on-1 and where
he stuns him every freaking time.
Embiid doesn't duck the fight, aka play in Denver. When they play in thing, not saying but he always gets that.
No, Embiid stuns him every time, bro. Every time.
The national media champion.
That's the one time. I'm like, okay, Embiid, I see you. Like that's why I gave him the MVP that year
yeah.
that he got the MVP because he sunned him on national TV.
No,
right?
it's every time in national time.
Yeah, every time.
But like,
every
I don't.
time.
But remember, there's a caveat. He ducks him in Denver.
We don't.
So like he ducked him like 2 years in a row in Denver. But he plays him in Philly. Funny enough. But anyways, like again, monster. He did win an MVP. I thought the year he won it was a here. Damn, okay, bro.
Look, man, he averages 35 points per game, bro. Like he's insane. He's insane when he's healthy, right? He's also insane only in the regular season. I don't care, okay? He is not top 5 player in this league because we see every day you go on Twitter, something happens, and then you read the quote tweets, and guess what you see? It says, this thing happened before Mr. America, Captain America made the Eastern Conference Finals. So I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like
he has
that's
to
a
do
whole
that.
meme now.
He has to do that. Meme. Okay. So until he does that, and I know I don't really like I'm like stats and wins and team wins and this that, bro. Every single goddamn person on this list, the 15th ranked person on this list made the Eastern Conference Finals. So you can't tell me
Eastern Conference Finals, yeah.
Eastern Conference Finals. Every single person on this list, has insane playoff success except for Joel Embiid. Yeah. Joel Embiid, his play. Let me pull up. Actually, I have it right here. His playoff numbers are so funny when he gets past playing 10 games in the playoffs. So he played 6 games last season. So he has 33 points per game. His season averages. Oh, look how beautiful it is. He played 9 games the year before, 23 points per game on 43% shooting. You are 7'2". Yeah. The year before that, 23 points per game on 45% shooting. You are 7'2". So,
yeah, no. And
I
here's
get
my
it.
thing.
Injury. But at one point the best ability is availability.
That's the thing. Does he make top 5? Sure. But here's the thing, the availability part. If you ask everyone on our not everyone, but a bunch of people on our as our friends and people outside who watch the NBA, why don't you have AD in your top 5, this and that? Oh, a lot of people, I think some people have valid reasons, but a lot of people will harp on the narrative that he's injury prone, he gets hurt, the stingers, this and that. I think Embiid is just as bad. Now
he's worse.
Embiid peaked more than AD, sure. Like I'm not trying to argue that AD is better than Embiid and all that stuff, but availability goes not just for like why doesn't it count for Embiid? Like why do we have to continue thinking about only his potential? Like all the freaking time? Like it's like a script every year in the playoffs. And playoffs matter in our list. And the whole Tatum thing with the Olympics that I mentioned, Embiid too. Every time AD would get on the floor for Embiid, or maybe even Bam comes in, they played way better. He just didn't fit. And I get it. It's a fit thing. Cool. Like that. It's a small caveat, but
it's those things.
When you're a top 5 or a top 10 player, it's margins. It's hard. Everybody says it's hard to rank these things. 100%.
We really gets down to the nitty gritty of it. And like, I'm not the biggest, I know like known Joel Embiid hater, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, look, he has to show me though. Like he has to show me in the playoffs, bro. Like playoff waiting weighs way more to me than anything. The way people play in the playoffs always way more to me than anything. And like every time we get to the playoffs with this guy, he drops off a face of the planet. He goes from top 3 player in the world ever seen. He's freaking the next greatest scorer of all time, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
To tally like Miles Turner, who's I don't know, taller than Miles Turner. I don't know. He just becomes dog.
Yeah.
Like,
before we finish,
Domantas Sabonis has more better accolades than him in the playoffs.
Yeah, before we move on to like the next player, like let's just talk about other people's explanations. So Ulesh had him at 4th, I said. Healthy, scary, goes head to head with Jokic and was the clear favorite for MVP before he went down last year, which is true.
It's true.
He was.
I agree.
Bro was dropping 50 every game and 70 on Wemby. Yeah, like some positives on why he made 5th. Like that's facts. That's facts. Again, it's such a weird like thing when it comes to that guy, Joel Embiid. And then another explanation we have is who did we have again? Wait,
Jack, I think gave explanations, and Armand gave explanations.
Armand, no, he had him at 10th on his list. PG just got hurt. The LOL hashtag, quote unquote, the Broken Brothers. are not gonna get far in the East, but Embiid will still put up his numbers when he plays. Also saw some comments about him never playing back-to-back again. LOL. That back-to-back thing automatically puts you down. Okay,
bro.
It's true.
Especially if you're like a why Iota, this is woke, utter woke nonsense type of guy. Yeah. What is this utter woke nonsense? I'm not playing back-to-backs anymore. You one thing about him, he is terrible at PR. Like, you don't have to say it, bro.
Who says that?
Like, just don't play the back.
Kawhi never said it.
LeBron hasn't played a back-to-back in like years, bro. Kawhi don't play back-to-back. Just don't play it, bro. It's fine. Why do you have to tell us that I'm never gonna play back-to-back first? I'm like, retire then.
Like, what the heck? And then Jack obviously gave us an explanation where it's like, well, only playing 39 games and 6 playoff games last year, Embiid is still one of the most dominant players in the league, with Maxey becoming a superstar. In addition to PG, hurt bum, this will only allow him to get easier buckets. Quote unquote, trust the process. So yeah, he hit him at 6th. So I think that's a good summary of Joel Embiid, pretty much. So
look, you know what the craziest part about like my rant I went on with Joel Embiid is, if Joel Embiid wins a ring, he's the best player I've ever seen in my life. So like, you know what I mean? Like, his numbers, like what he can do, we've seen it already. He just needs to do it.
He just needs to win, bro.
For a long period of time.
Yeah. Like, bro,
like, do it for an 82 game stretch plus whatever the playoffs is.
Yeah. So now we're moving on to the top 4, and so we jump from 60 to 81 points.
Damn. Okay, so these guys are consensus.
Like you said, with 81 points, Mr. Canada, Captain Canada, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
my
4th place
MVP coming up this season.
He did have someone had him on 1st and someone had him in 2nd place.
What am I first? Cheyenne.
Yeah.
What am I 2nd?
Foss.
Let's go, Foss! Let's go! Let's go!
Foss, and then so he was on everyone's like top of the list pretty much. 7 points.
Man.
7.7 points. China 10, 6. You know, like that.
Honestly, with Shai, I want to hear everybody's opinion, but I just want to say that there's not really much to talk about, bro. He averaged 30 points per game. He's a number 1 seed.
Not even trying to rush.
He goes into the playoffs, and guess what he did? He outplayed Luka. He did it. That was he did it. He did it. Everybody else on his team sucked ass. Okay. He was consistent though. The one player that Luka got outplayed by in last year's playoffs, he didn't get outplayed by Tatum or Brown. The one player he did get outplayed by was Shai. That was the one player I'm gonna go down with that. And that was the biggest matchup when we were talking about the playoffs. When I was thinking about the playoffs, I'm like, I want to see him go band for band with Luka, and he did it. No, he went band for band. He did his thing, and like that's all it is. He's gonna do it again. He's gonna win MVP this season though. He has to.
So speaking of MVP, I mean, last year he came like 3rd or 2nd? Second, right? Yeah, he came thing. So I mean, we could talk with we know all the good stuff about him. So Armand had him at 9th actually, and he said,
"You freaking old ass dude, bro. I hate this."
Expecting him to have continued.
You're 30.
Production. Wait, so expecting him to have continued production, but OKC is still young and needs more to make it out of the West. Okay.
Okay. When you talk about OKC, I'm talking about the freaking MVP
player. Yeah.
Stop playing, bro.
But I guess winning. I think
no.
And this and that, like we said about
9 is just way too low though.
It's kind of low, I would say.
It's way too low.
On Jack's list, there was an argument can be made that the MVP award could have been Shai's. Ranked 3rd in player stats, OKC has a young, solid team with 999 picks in the next 5 years. The team's ready to win now and in the future with Shai as the centerpiece.
What do you have him at?
4th.
Okay.
You had him at 4th. I had him at 4th.
Yeah.
A bunch of people.
I had him at 4th. I had him at 5th, right? Because I had him at 4th.
Yeah, you had him at 5th. Ulash had him at... Where did Ulash have him? Ulash had him at 5th. Almost there, just not as scary as a healthy Embiid because Embiid is legit 7 foot, but easily the deepest bag than everyone below him, and is an elite scorer on his list.
Everyone below him.
Yeah.
What about the one bagless merchant is on that list. Is on this list above him.
Oh,
7-foot demonic
The-
entity who we're gonna be who you want to talk about later.
but
with
that's the
that Steph
bag.
conversation.
But his bag is the bag. That's
his
the
bag is like making
It's
children. Like
twins.
every year he has
Oh,
a new
so
child.
whose bag's better, Joel Embiid or Giannis's? Which one has the ring? So like, ring
That's
conversations. But I guess ring conversations, MVP conversations, Finals MVP conversations. Yeah, we just let's go on. All
It's
NBA.
like life conversations as
Yeah.
well. Like life, I'm better than you.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I know SGA's part is short, and like we're Canadian, we should probably give him more love. You gave him your.
Dude, that's my favorite player, bro. Like I don't
hate
even
on
see
Shea.
anything, man.
Shea is like him, like Aura God, like everything, like all
bro.
that stuff. He's only gonna get better. His team is sick. They're gonna get Cooper Flag. What the heck? Like,
Yeah.
We probably talk about that in like when the season gets rolling. We talk
Yeah.
about each team and on our weekly show. But like, yeah, I think he sits perfectly at fourth. And I'm not just saying that because I had him fourth. So it's like, like
No, I agree with that too. I agree with that
Yeah.
too.
So and then like what did I say? He had 81 points. We jumped to 94 points.
Yeah,
Wait,
these three boys are like all three.
Oh,
King
just
Vons,
quickly
bro.
on Shea. Shea missed on someone's list though, so that could have been an impact.
Who's listening?
Fahad.
God, bro, you tripping, bro?
Fahad
You
didn't have Shea.
tripping, Fahad? And Fahad, you're Canadian, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro?
So Fahad, funny
how-
enough, I think it was Fahad had Ja in his list. So Fahad just thinking that Ja, like obviously there's
Yo.
I don't know. I have no explanation, but
Look, I say this very simply. There's one conversation in the league that only matters to me between two players, and it's Luka and Tatum. That's the Luka and Tatum conversation. They're always going to be talked
Linked.
about,
Yeah.
right? Shea told them boys, this is a three-way conversation. That's what he told them boys last season. So like, that's how I view it. Like, because the other two that are gonna do the other two on this list is on who are the best players in this league that I think. Those two guys are in their primes. They're 30. They're they're on a whole different timing than the rest than Luka, Tatum, and even though Tatum is ranked, but Luka, Tatum, and Shea. These guys are like these guys can like go trajectory, kind of thing. I can hit top 15, top 20 all time.
Yeah, their legacy, GOAT talk, whatever. Yeah,
well, Giannis and Jokic is like late bloomers. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So no, you're right. So that's the thing. So that's the thing. So that I think that's like quickly about like Ja making his top 10 and Shea's not on the list. That's like the blatant I'm seeing because everyone else is kind of like what we had, like everyone else had, like the name.
I mean, Shea's in different talks. He's not with Ja.
So that's why I think maybe the points goes. We jump. Actually, we're gonna keep jumping quite a bit. If we go to 94 points, third place, Greek Freak, Giannis.
Wow.
What?
I'm actually genuinely surprised
that he's third.
Yeah, he's third.
Oh, yeah, he's third. Yeah, I feel like I've said his name already. That's why I'm like, wait, why is he surprised? Okay, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah.
That boy, Will Doncic is like a fucking anomaly, huh? That boy,
Tony Soprano, bro.
Dude, he's freaking. Somebody need no. He's not. He's Tony Soprano though. Like that guy is a freaking mob boss, man.
He's Don Luca. Right?
Wow. I had Giannis on my two.
Off rip, I could tell you someone didn't have Giannis on their list.
Okay, bro. Okay, guys. Who is it?
This is still the most important list, guys.
They're banned. Who is it? You were getting name dropped, blasted. I'm putting when we edit this, we're putting the most embarrassing picture we have of you on this. Who is it?
Jawad,
you freaking stop doing heroin. I'm just joking.
No, but so this is the thing. Sometimes I think people might have forgotten, like genuinely, but I don't know if Giannis gets forgotten. That's the thing. Like I'm having a hard time, bro. I need to call him.
Can't do that.
I need to message him.
You know what's crazy?
Wait. We might need an explanation. Let me just if he while we're recording this, if he hits me up, I will give the explanation.
Shoot him a text, be like, "Yo, can you like call me real quick?"
No.
Let's be like that. Can you call me real quick? But okay, what I was saying about Giannis last season, we know what happened. They kind of died, but last season when they were fully healthy, they were top 3 seed. So that's not an issue. Giannis's numbers, 30 and 12, always. They're just always going to see that. He's never not going to have that number. It's locked in for that. Next point. I don't know. I know in the beginning of this podcast we said we're not rating FIBA, but Giannis was a top 3 player in that tournament. He just didn't make it far. He was going insane in that tournament, dude. Like people, he is truly a thing of forgetting. I feel like people just like downplay
the last couple of years, especially.
You just forget that how good Giannis is because he's not in a norm. It's kind of him and AD are so similar with the way their stats work. Like they just get stats. It's
very surprising to me that Giannis is getting into this box with AD, with the Tatums and stuff like that. You know, like where their numbers are insane and their impact is still pretty insane. Because Giannis, I thought, is like made. Like, you know, I'll be talking about legacy old heads.
I think
Giannis is like legacy now, right?
Well, in my opinion, I think the only person who can track to Jokic is Giannis.
Right.
Like, in my opinion,
Ulesh had him at second. Jack had him at second. He was not number 1 on anyone's list, but the second, he was third on my list.
He's the only person I feel like that like says like, yo, Jokic, whatever you've done in your career, I've done it better.
And in two-way,
and he has done it better. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
other than the 3 MVPs,
it's not a crazy take. Other than the MVPs, let's look at some explanations, right? So, like,
let me hear what the
fifth. So Armand had him at 5th. He's like didn't reach expectations last year, but expecting him to put up a fight in the East this year. Giannis is gonna have a big year. Okay, so I like remember his list was like his list goes LeBron and Curry are actually over Giannis to him. So, like, let me just say that. If we go to Jack had him at second. Greek Freak was number 2 ranked player in stats last year. Unfortunate injury in early April made him miss rest of the year. Side note, he needs to get his brother off the team.
No.
Is he off the team now? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know if you guys seen that podcast, the one clip about Jeff T talking about the Nazis. Like, Giannis can't play without him. That's the problem.
Like a connection, right?
Well, legit, like start dying. Like he'll average 11 points a game.
Yeah, like
mentally.
Where's the Nazis? He needs the Nazis there.
He needs that boy.
Yeah. No, so maybe that's the thing.
That's why he's
the thing. To me, Giannis could be number 2. It's not crazy.
What's the difference between him and Lucas Volts?
So second place is not Luke. No, I'm joking.
Actually, just let's finish on it. Finish on it. So that's a bad question because I want to know. Like,
yeah, no. Well, for sure. Ulesh said, "I truly believe this is the best player healthy, but Jokic 3 MVPs because BS. People who forgot who the fuck Giannis is.
Yeah, it's true. People forgot.
That's the best explanation, maybe.
Is.
Like,
I think that is what it is.
That's the thing. Like, if you throw him on any team, like here, he's the second best player. Like you're saying, and top 3 in most people's list, I guess. If you throw him on any team, do they automatically like how high does their ceiling go? Championship.
On any single team, they're competing for championship.
But obviously, like there's caveats, like get pieces around him. But
put him
like,
on Washington, he's gonna compete for a championship, dude. He's that good. Like
he's that good.
I don't think that's the thing. Him, the 3 players on the top 3, you put them on any team, they're competing for a championship. I don't think that's a question.
Other than the not making Joad's list, I don't think he was under top 4 on anyone else's list.
Yeah, it's just
but your argument.
I'm not mad at like
where
he is.
But yeah,
I'm not mad at where he is. I'm just a little surprised. I'm like, damn, people really forgot. Like even our people forgot. Like who the fuck Giannis is. Like But,
so that's Giannis with 94 points. Still top 3. Yeah. So moving on to number 2, we have we go above 100 points. So there's only 2 people on the list with 100 points. 117 points.
Holy
number 2, Luka Doncic. Yeah.
Freaking hell, the Don.
So
he is the final boss. He's the Don boss of the freaking NBA, bro.
So 4 people had him at first, actually.
Ooh.
Four people. No, I had him second. Sorry. Saad had him at first. Joad had him first. Fahad and Arman.
Yeah, dude. So Luka is the one dude that every old head defender is like, yo, I love this kid.
He's him. So I had him second. You have him third. Ulesh has him third.
Was he in out of anybody's top 3? Top 3.
Top 3? No, that's a good question. No, Adele had him at second best player in the NBA going in. Jack had him third. Jack had him third. You had him third. Ulesh had him third, and then Foss. So Foss said, long playoff run last year might have some fatigue to start. Ranked first in player stats, absurd numbers. Luka played 70 games last year. We'll see more rest while. Oh, sorry. Will we see more rest while still hitting the 65 game threshold? Let us not forget he's only 25.
Only 25. He's literally he is though, but like in my opinion, he is Wilt Chamberlain. Like,
yeah,
his stats are when you go to look. I was talking to Jack about this. Like when I told him about the list. When you go to look into Luka's stats, it's like, what the hell am I looking at, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Like 35 points per game, 35 point triple double every game. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
no,
it's crazy. And I the flaws that he has, like on the defensive end, whatever you want to say, I don't think that's the reason why he hasn't won a championship yet. I think the reason why he hasn't won a championship yet is because his teams always freaking suck.
I was just saying, it's front office. It's front office. He's front office that good. Him. Where you give him a decent team roster makeup, he'll win you a championship. Like that's it.
Remember, I was talking to you about this the other day. I literally said, I'm like, look, the first the Luka might have been the only player we've seen since like Braun and I guess Wemby.
Well, we'll see what Wemby does.
We'll see Wemby. So like after his first 2 years in the league, we're like, oh yeah, he's top 5 player in the league.
Yeah,
like we're just like, yeah, he is. He's there. He's right there. Like let him have it.
Luka's like to me, it's just you. There's 2 guys or one guy from based on my list, Jokic. Who's I think Jokic is undisputed, and we'll obviously get to that point when we get there in this podcast. But other than that, it's like I think potential, everything combined. You know, you talk about Wemby's potential, you talk about now who's good, age 25, like every single aspect of his game, like in terms of the stars aligning, he just needs to win it. You know what I mean? And he ran into a crazy Boston team, cool. But I think if the roster was a little bit better, they might have had a chance. Every series last year we did the playoff predictions. I was like, because Luka's there, I think they're gonna win. Like this, my analysis came down to that at the end.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. The most impressive playoff series last year was that Dallas and Minnesota series. Because he made them look so sorry.
The defense.
He made them look so sorry, bro.
Great defense.
Right? Yeah. They won in 5 games, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
they made them look so sorry. That's like crazy. It was, and they were touted, man. They whooped Kevin Durant's ass, and then they're walking in and he made them look sorry as hell, man.
They whooped Denver. They whooped
Denver and Suns.
The Suns and Denver. And then they sent to Dallas. If you were to start the playoffs, Dallas would be the 3rd best team they'd be playing in the West. Like everyone would say that.
Oh yeah. Well, Dallas is not even supposed to be in the championship place.
Right. Yeah.
The fact that the Celtics, like, even Taylor said, he's like, bro, like the fact that we played them, it was like how the hell did they get here, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it was because of Luka, bro. Like, shout out Kyrie, shout out PJ, shout out Derek Lively. They all stepped up their game.
Yeah.
But bro, he's literally like he's an anomaly. My favorite Luka stat ever. Before I move on, my favorite Luka stat ever is because he was a rookie is the only reason, and it's the same thing with Braun. Because he was a rookie, that's the only reason he doesn't have an all NBA first team every single year of his career.
That's crazy.
And the craziest caveat of it is he has an all NBA first team. 5 of them. He's played 6 years in the league. 5 NBA first teams. First.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's 25. Like Jack said, he's locked in for all NBA first team for the rest of his life.
That's the thing. Like he took Curry's chain or whatever. Like of that award.
That shit. He said,
like the greatest point guard ever.
Argue with somebody else.
He's like no, but Luka said,
figure it out.
I'm the first guy on this ballot. You guys figure out who
you Shay, whatever, Spider, whoever the fucking Booker. Y'all figure it out. I'm not leaving this spot. That is insane, bro.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Bro, his second year in the league, he was averaging 30 a game, bro.
Yeah,
30 a game, second year in the league. He's the most
current generation Harden, but better in the playoffs. Even though Harden has better stats than Kobe in the playoffs. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about. I just had to say that because that was so funny. Current gen Harden, but better in the playoffs. Even though Harden has better stats than Kobe in the playoffs, but no one wants to talk about
Let's
it.
go!
What's going on?
Let's go!
Just like they're just throwing strays everywhere, like backhanded compliment.
He said,
What's going
he said
on?
Harden better than Kobe though.
Armand had him at first. Had his best season.
God.
Made it to the finals. Team lost no major players from their finals run. Added pieces to help. We'll see what Clay does. I think Derrick Jones Jr. was lost, but
I think Clay needs to be shot out of academy.
Clay is like a replacement here. I think if you want to think about
absolute dog
which
shit,
is insane. But I mean, it's Luka. They're gonna make the finals again or something, bro.
Like I don't, dude. If Clay hasn't worked on his game in like ever.
Yeah.
He only shoots threes, and he hasn't made a three. I don't think yet.
Yeah, it was like 2 for something. It was
0 for 9 or something.
And I watched the whole thing. I was just sitting there. I was like, "This one's going in." Oh no. Next one. No, this one's going in. No, okay, next one.
Okay.
Like what's
bro,
going on?
we're at an hour 40, bro. Let's finish this shit.
This is the GOAT pod. And okay, the official number one. I realized we should have went with one first, so just to suspense.
Yeah.
But hey, the first time, the number one spot and the Ridgeway Pod top 10 NBA player list with 121 points. So only 4 points more than Luka.
Wow.
Nikola Jokic. Let's see.
Luka and Jokic are the only two people that were on everybody's list, right?
Yes.
They didn't miss a single play. They didn't miss a single person, right?
Yeah, they were on the ballot. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
Jokic had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people giving him first place, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4 people giving him second place. So it was like Luka and thing, I guess, interchangeable in a way.
Yeah.
So I can start with explanations because we could go on and on about Jokic, but here Jack said magician with the basketball can get any shot he wants whenever he wants. Ranked 10th overall in player stats, but had the most games played in the season at 79 and 1 MVP. Durability is crazy when it comes to Joker. I'm not gonna lie
with him, bro. He never gets hurt. And
they'll be talking about his body and this and that. And bro's breathing hard and playing.
No, but the thing with Jokic, which I love, he knows how far he can push his body, and he never goes more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a perfect thing about him.
Just to leap off that, his level of play is still like, I'm the best player, but I'm putting in this much effort. Like, that's how crazy it is. Because obviously he's also 7 foot. Honestly, sometimes it's like he's Luka but 7 foot tall. Like in a way, like the magic he plays with. Like Armand, who had him at number 2, said he's gonna perform, get his numbers. Murray's been falling off. They lost KPC. We'll need a big contribution from MPJ if they want to make a push. Not expecting them to make the finals. Probably be the year Lakers beat them. So I see Armand's like team win.
No. So this is exactly what I was gonna bring up. Mm-hmm. I don't think, and we're gonna get into the season preview, but I don't think that the Nuggets are winning anything this season. I don't think they're going to be a good team this season. But they have King Von, the Serbian King Von on their team. It doesn't matter. I don't think, like, whatever happens this season, in my opinion, he's going to get his numbers and he's going to be in the MVP race. Whatever happens this season, they're not winning. He's still going to be top 2 player in the league. It's really about, like, if Giannis is back. I feel like if Giannis is back and if Luka gets top 2 seed and if Giannis is back, those are the only 2 players that can snatch that one spot from him. Yeah. And they gotta win. They gotta win.
Here's my thing. Where like basically Jokic isn't that person based on the last couple of years of what I've seen watching basketball. Jokic is at that point. It sounds like, I'm not saying he's LeBron James, but it's like when LeBron was the best player every year. Even when he's losing in the finals, nobody says Steph Curry's better than him after 2015. No, LeBron's still the best player.
This is the 2016. This is the first time since we've seen LeBron.
KD goes to the Warriors. KD wins twice in a row against LeBron. Steph wins against twice in a row. Nobody's saying LeBron's not the best player. Like, if you do the top 10 list, like, okay, there will be some people saying, oh, it's KD because he's the finals MVP. There are people who go off that criteria. Cool. But I still think everyone knows LeBron, talent, everything-wise, every freaking stat sheet, every winning by himself, like how much wins does he bring to the team? That's what Jokic is now. Luka is probably my favorite player, but Luka is not, and he was number 2 for me, right? But I still can't, and I know he got lost in game 7 to Ant, who Luka beat. I still can't be like nah, like certified Luca took his chain, or like somebody's better than Joker. Joker is that crazy, man. He's
Yeah,
that good. And
he's
like
also
you
the
said,
reigning
yeah,
MVP.
yeah, he's also an MVP. Giannis and Luca are the only people that have like a big shout to like take that first place mantle, but it's like they have to do a lot more than Jokic has to think. And I know it sounds unfair, but we know what Jokic is gonna do. Like meet me at the end of like in like whatever months from now, like yeah, a year from now, and talk about it. Like we could talk about it, but that's how good Jokic is.
He's literally exactly what you said. Like we haven't seen it. We thought it was gonna be like somebody else. Nobody who the hell thought it was gonna be Jokic, but
Yeah,
Jokic literally is what we did with Braun for the last 15 years. You know, from 2006 to freaking 2020,
or whatever.
Like,
Yeah,
you know
when
what I
LeBron
mean?
said he
Like,
was here and he kept
yeah,
yeah.
From
Yeah.
like it's like he's the best player. He's the best player. He wins, he loses. It doesn't really matter because when you go to watch the game, it's like, oh shit, there's the best player again. You know,
every time.
So
Yeah.
like, and every time you watch Jokic, every time you think like, oh yeah, he's ass now. He's not ass now.
No, and it's not even because of the like the Laker tax of beating the shit out of us, but it's also because I think you're right. His teams and his front office is going to start letting him down the same way LeBron's. You know the roster construction.
This is his 2013 and 2014. I mean, this is his 2014 Heat year. I'm telling you right now, bro. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal for them. He's gonna be an MVP race. He's gonna be an MVP race, and they're gonna lose bad.
Yeah.
Like they might not even make the finals, but they're gonna lose bad.
I'll even say it's even like when like Kobe is like going crazy, but the team make
2013 Kobe. Yeah,
exactly. Like after it's like the key is getting shrinking. Now I think Jokic's window is gonna be still open, but it's like you're wasting these good years, bro.
He's 30 this year.
Yeah.
So like,
that's another ring. Like you guys have Giannis, Luka, and Jokic. Ring. That's all you should think about. Like everyone else can be developmental or like on
he's
their
insane though, man.
So
I hate him so much, bro.
I think the best way to wrap it up is Ulash's explanation for Jokic being number one: 3 MVP shit. Like type shit. Like,
exactly. 3 MVPs, best player in the world.
Yeah,
best player in the world till he dies.
Yeah, Serbian Vaughn, shout out.
We might even beat them like this year in the playoffs.
And I'll still say
the best player in the world, bro.
Yeah,
he's honestly done like serious traumatic freaking damage to my brain.
Yeah,
like, he fucked me up.
But you got to call.
I'm actually surprised that him and Luka, like voting wise, it's only 4 votes that separate them.
4 points. Only
like, damn, like, the people. Luka is the people's champ. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, he is the people's champ. It's like the Stone Cold and Rock shit going on. Right the people's champ and like the whatever. So so that was our top 10 list. We'll have it up, and we'll post it on our socials. Please follow us on the ridgewaypod on Twitter, on Instagram. Subscribe, please, on YouTube. We'll be back. We'll be more consistent. Yep. I know that like football, NFL has been on, but like we just had a lot going on, so we kind of were like, okay, NBA is coming back up. Let's just get our stride in, and then we could slowly start building on that. And yeah, please let us know in the comments who your top 10 players are this year, going into the upcoming season. Who do you think? We're probably gonna get into like MVP and all that stuff, and who do we really think is gonna win the chip and stuff like that as we continue on with this long season. But yeah. Hit the subscribe button. Love your support. And yeah, Ush, you have anything else to say?
No, nothing really much. The reason why we're not talking that much football is because if you watched yesterday's game, you guys know. Okay. Have a good night. Peace out.
Peace. Okay.
All right.